Number 10 says, using algebra, rewrite the equation of a parabola in vertex form. So it comes to us in standard form. We're going to rewrite it in vertex form. To do this, you need to use the completing the square method. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move 2 to the opposite side. When I move 2 to the opposite side, it changes sign. So I have y plus 2 equals negative, really this is a negative 1, negative 1x squared plus 4x, and now we have this open space. Next, whenever the number in front of the x squared, the leading coefficient, whenever it's different than a positive 1, you need to factor out that value. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1. I'm asking myself, negative 1 times what is negative 1? Negative 1 times what is a positive 4? Attach an x. Now I'm only going to focus on this trinomial. And in that trinomial, I'm looking for the b value. So I'm taking that b value and I'm dividing it by 2. Remember to keep the sign with it, and then you're squaring it. Negative 2 squared, whenever you plug that into a calculator, for those that are not confident with your mental math skills, a negative sign has to go into parentheses. Negative 2 squared is going to be a positive 4, but I did not just attach a positive 4 to the right-hand side. Because we had to factor out a number, the quantity I just attached to the right-hand side is a negative 4. So on the left-hand side, I need to also attach a negative 4 to keep the two equations balanced. So I have y minus 2 equals. Now I bring down that negative 1. And the cool thing is, in parentheses here, I'm just taking this portion and I'm writing it down, and I'm throwing an x in front. The very last thing you're going to do is take this number and I'm going to move it back over again. So opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2. So what are common things that I see students make mistakes with this problem? One is if you factor something out, they forget to bring it down. A second mistake that I often make when I'm rushing is I forget to put a square here. We're talking about quadratic functions. You need the square. And so how do you know if you did this right? Well, you should have enough time when you're taking your next assessment to be able to verify. So you have Desmos up. You're given this equation. If you graph it in Desmos, these are the exact same parabolas in different forms. So here's how you can verify. You graph this in Desmos, you graph this in Desmos. If you see the exact same parabola, you just prove to yourself you did it correctly.